Welcome back to the Unbeaten Spotlight with the FightForRelevance.com. I'm Alex Rosso. For this Unbeaten Spotlight, we decided to choose Miss Jgrannie. Jill has been with us since we opened Unbeaten about 2 years ago. She's one of the strongest women at this gym. She also takes a lot of pictures at all the events that we partake in, so she's a valued member here at Unbeaten, so I couldn't think of anybody better to choose.
Thank you, Alex.
So a question that we like to ask first with all our interviews is, what got you into CrossFit? What started you? How did you find it? And maybe a little bit of what your background was before.
Sure. So growing up, I played a lot of softball and basketball. In high school, I was on the softball team, St. Joseph by the Sea.
Okay.
Yeah, we were a very good softball team. And basketball, we were very bad at basketball. So I played that in high school. And then on to college, I went to CSI and I played softball there.
Cool.
And when I graduated CSI and stopped playing softball, I kind of felt a little lost. I wasn't doing anything athletic anymore. And I wanted to try and get back in the game somehow. So I started doing some mud runs. I did the Tough Mudder. I did a bunch of Spartan races. But I really wanted to improve at them. They were really tough for me, and I was struggling with them. So I had heard somebody out on the course point at somebody who was doing really well, and they were like, oh, that guy must do CrossFit. I was like, CrossFit? Like, what's that? You know, if he's doing so well and he does CrossFit, I want to do CrossFit. When I started, I didn't even know that CrossFit was a competitive thing. I thought, like, you know, people just went to a gym and they lifted some weights and, you know, did a little cardio, and I didn't realize that you can actually compete in CrossFit, which was like a whole new world for me, you know, realizing that I can bring out my competitive side again and go to competitions, and even just comparing myself to people in the class or comparing me to myself with my old scores. So it definitely brought out that competitive side in me again, which was really nice.
And now that you're 5 years in, what would you say, like you said that you started because you want to get better for the Tough Mudders, what would you say fuels your training now? Why
do I show up every day? Basically, when I started, everybody that walks in here, you know, you're new and you walk in and you see people who've been doing it for a while, and you're like, I'll never be able to do a pull-up, I'll never be able to do a handstand push-up. And you know, when I started, I couldn't do those things either. Oh. And so at the beginning, it was just coming in every day and like checking something off my list, a new accomplishment that I was able to do. And as I've gone on, you know, I've tried to kind of up my game with the things that I wanted to accomplish here. So I keep showing up to try and accomplish something new every time that I come in. I set goals for myself.
I feel like that's what's so cool about CrossFit, is that there's always something to reach for. You'll never have it all. There's always something to strive for. So that's what keeps us all coming, right? It's like the addiction of finally reaching that pinnacle and then finding out there's another 500 feet to climb.
Yeah, and you know, it was like that a lot for me at the beginning, and now I just find it as a way to challenge myself every day, take myself out of my comfort zone. There's plenty of times when, you know, you're tired from a bad day at work, a long day at work, and you don't want to come here. Yeah, you don't want to come, and you're like, why do I put myself through that? And anytime that I've ever had a bad day and I've showed up here, no matter how much I didn't want to do it, you know, I felt much better after it. And 100%. It always improves my mood. I love seeing the people here. There's awesome people at this gym. So I can't say enough good things about it.
Big question that I wanted to ask, and basically the reason why I wanted to interview is there's like this big stigma with CrossFit, and that the women are too jacked, or the women are manly, or I don't want to train CrossFit because it's going to make my body look a certain way. Coming to CrossFit once a day, 1 hour a day, I don't believe will make you look manly, but I do believe it does transform a woman's body. How do you feel on that? How do you feel it's affected you? And what do you say to the people that say CrossFit makes you too manly, or I'm not, or the women that say I'm too girly and it's too much for me?
Yeah, that's definitely, I think, a thought that a lot of females have before they lift weights or join a CrossFit gym. And like you said, I do feel like you're not going to look that way unless you're training to look that way, where you get to the point where you sacrifice your, you know, the way your body looks for results. You know, you want results. You don't care about how your body looks anymore. I don't think that really happens with the average female that walks into the gym.
And I think it's cool that women could be strong, and I think the coolest part about having you at this gym is that you're like the true example of, for the guys, like anything you could do, I could probably do better. And like you're pushing around more weight, you're faster than most guys, and you're doing all these things that guys look at you and like, wow, I can't even do that. Like
exactly, and a lot of awesome thing here is that a lot of the guys will, you know, when they say like, oh, you're jacked, or like, oh, you know, they give you compliments about the way you look. It's not a negative atmosphere at all. So when you're walking in here, you're around people who appreciate the way that you look and what you can do. You don't have to hide it. So yeah, I can't say enough about what CrossFit has done for my mental game. I am not the same person that I was 5 years ago when I walked into the CrossFit gym, and I think besides the physical changes in my body, the biggest thing was my mental changes, how I strive to challenge myself, be disciplined, and just, you know, I can't say enough about what it's done for me mentally, the confidence it's given me.
So final question, why would you encourage a woman to come in and try CrossFit? Because I know like there's a lot of the all-women classes, because women seem to be nervous to step into this environment. It's intimidating. There's guys with their shirts off, there's grunting, there's heavy weight. Why would you encourage a woman to come try CrossFit? And especially here at Unbeaten.
Yeah.
Coach out.
Of course. I think that it just challenges you in a way that you've never really maybe experienced before. You know, being a strong woman is really awesome. It's nice to not have to rely on anybody else but yourself as a woman. For example, one year during Christmas, our Christmas tree is down the basement. I was doing CrossFit. I was feeling pretty good about myself, feeling pretty strong, and I just carried it up the stairs, up like 3 flights of stairs by myself. You can carry the groceries in all at one time. You can do stuff like that. There's really no limits to the strength that you can build here, like I said, physical and mental. So give it a shot, especially here. Like I said, there's awesome people here, and I have nothing but good things to say about it.
All right, that was great. Thank you for coming on. And for you guys, be on the lookout for the next Unbeaten Spotlight. See you later.